Would you pay $100 extra for this? What's up, my dudes? I went to Overland Expo West.
Here's your parking pass.
Yeah, it is really nice here.
And I got super sick. It's been about 3 weeks since I made a video, and I thought I would give you an update about the experience at Overland Expo West. So what did they give me in my goodie bag for 100 extra bucks at Overland Expo West? Let's check it out. I've got an overhead camera. What is the first thing? So they give you all kinds of stuff like this. They give you all kinds of like passes, the coupons, 15% off this and that. There's just dozens of little literature pieces. And so I'm just gonna haul all those out. And you know, we got stuff from Battleborn and Ohm and all kinds of manufacturers whom I don't even know the name of. Let's just get all of that out of the way. There's a couple business cards, a lot of QR codes. This is a coaster from Heat It. Battleborn stickers, subscriptions for Wild Sand magazine. Probably one of the most valuable pieces from Overland Expo was the little print newspaper that they give you. And the reason for this is that inside it has, and not on the back cover either, which it has all the sponsors, but inside it actually has a map of Overland Expo. And so it not only has the map, but it has the schedule, and the schedule says where the different events are going to be, the different sessions are going to be. Unfortunately, at the expo, it was really hard to find these sessions. Each session seemed like it was on a different corner of the campus. So I mean, they were very spread out. So each pavilion had a letter code associated with it, but the sandwich boards that they had at each pavilion had the name of the pavilion, not the letter code. The map has the letter code. And so anyway, I was a little bit confused and lost, and it took a long time to walk around. And add to that I was kind of sick and I was dizzy, I was out of it. The weather was beautiful though. I mean, if I wasn't sick, it would have been so ideal. It was like 70 degrees and a cool breeze in Flagstaff, Arizona. But yeah, so the schedule is in here, the map is in here, all the stuff you needed to find what you needed was in here, except when you got to the campus, you had to go hunt around. So this map is gold when you get to Overland Expo. I was completely lost. I would have been completely lost without it. All right, so what's next here? We have some more stickers, Kakadu, I don't know how you say it. This is like a 3D printed Velcro patch. So what's interesting is these patches. There was lots of like Velcro badges and patches, and it mystified me. I'm like, when did patches come back into view? So I'm gonna try and hold this up to the camera lens and see if it sees it, but I guess, or what I was told, is that Toyotas have a cloth headliner in Land Cruisers and 4Runners, and so you can actually stick these patches to the headliner. People stick these patches that are like badges to their headliners, and you know, it's like the Jeep badges that get stuck to the outside of the Jeep. These are little badges of honor that drivers stick to the headliners of their Toyotas. So speaking of Toyota, man, they had a massive presence at Overland Expo. Toyota was everywhere. And you know, Subaru had a very big booth as well. And Jeep had no booth. And that really upset me. I felt like, you know, being a Jeep fanboy, I felt like I was totally abandoned. And oh, here's another patch. So this one is from Red Arc, and it has the Velcro backing as well. Let me see if I can get that on the camera there. So Yeah. Oh, are there two of these? No, it's just so these guys give you, I guess, a double Velcro, so you can stitch this one on somewhere if you don't have a cloth background that will attach. So let's see, what else in the bag? In the bag, we also have the Overland Expo source book. You know, this is pretty cool. It's just like all the dish on all the data for Overland Expo. And I mean, you can see well, maybe you can't see from here, but there is, like, Toyota is just all over this. They're spending money everywhere. So I would say that the big three spenders at Overland Expo from an automaker standpoint, number one is going to be Toyota, number two is going to be Subaru, and number three, surprisingly, was Ineos, the maker of the Grenadier, which is that Land Rover Defender clone, you know, upgraded, you know, updated, upcycled clone vehicle. And if you haven't seen Ineos Grenadiers, they're really cool vehicles. So anyway, this Wild Sam magazine is pretty fantastic. I read through this a couple times. It's got some good articles. It's got a lot of good content in it, actually, for a magazine. Not a huge magazine fan, but yeah, they have a lot of good stuff in here. But so far, you know, it's been all kind of print stuff and magazines. What else we got in here? I'm feeling around for, I'm purposefully going in like kind of reverse order of the goodies. They did include something that was interesting. They included a belt. And I was thinking to myself, how many times have I gone to a conference and forgotten a belt? And this belt is from Nokian tires. So I've never heard of this tire manufacturer before, but maybe this means that they are coming to market soon. But yeah, thank you, Nokian tires, for thinking of what every guy always forgets when going to a conference. So let's see, what else is, what's next on here? No Roads gave a little koozie, which is fun. You can't really go wrong with having too many koozies. And then this was interesting. I didn't really know what this was, but it is squirrel's nut butter. So in case you are looking for some to relieve some kind of chapping somewhere, you can grab the old squirrel's nut butter. All right. What else do we have in here? I'm saving my favorite for last. So that's second to last. That's it. Second to last is this really, really nice steel water bottle by Engel. This was really nice. This is like 3D embossed on the side, which I thought was pretty crazy. But yeah, so they also gave a coupon code, a QR code to scan. This is really cool. It has like a little, like a wood top. These are expensive water bottles. They spent money on these water bottles. I don't know how much, but I mean, this seems like a pretty expensive giveaway. But okay, so now saving my favorite for last. My favorite thing, you're all gonna laugh at me, but my favorite thing was Vortex Optics gave away a lens cloth that clips to your camera bag. So these are, I don't know, I'm always trying to find a lens cloth. And so I really appreciate Vortex Optics, you know, coming to the conference with a nice little clip-on lens cloth. So I will be clipping this onto my camera bag, and I will actually be using this piece of case candy. All right, my dudes, that's my review of Overland Expo and what I got in my goodie bag. And the question is, would you spend the extra $100 to get this goodie bag? If so, or if no, comment in the comment section. If you haven't subscribed to the channel, smash that subscribe button, guys. And as always, I'm out of here. You stay awesome.